Good morning, my AI machine learning students. Welcome. Let's talk about data sets for machine learning. So there are various stages in the machine learning workflow process. Number one is collecting the data. So if we're collecting the data, we can use questionnaires, we can use Google Forms, or we can even collect the data from Kaggle or data sets on the internet. Then there's data preparation. You got to ensure that you sort out the data in terms of it being numerical data or alphanumerical data or fully the missing data. Or even if it means, going through the data and changing a capital M for male into a 1 that represents male, a 0 that represents female, because that's a little more easier to work with. Then we're talking about choosing the algorithm. In our instance, we use the decision tree classifier. Then we spoke about training the model using the data sets, the test data sets, evaluating the model. We're looking at the accuracy of the model. I mentioned to you that the model has a value between 0 and 1, the accuracy score. And finally, we're talking about predictions. We're predicting based on the test data and the training data, right? I think we said we'll use 80-20, 80 and 20 to test. So that was the various stages in the machine learning workflow process. A data set, it's basically, building a data set from scratch is one of the most time-consuming components of the project. You need to go and get a large data set. We're talking about thousands and thousands of data sets, but in our case, we were only using about 20. I'm sure you remember the coolant examples or the solar panels, photovoltaic versus time. So I spoke to you about collecting data, and you can read through this slide at your leisure. A data set can be structured or unstructured. Structured, we're talking about highly organized data sets, clearly defined data sets. Unstructured, it's not easily searchable. There's no defined data sets. So I kind of use the example of gender. Structured data set would be, stating 1 for male, 0 for female. And there's an example of a data set, the borrower ID, credit score, and the interest rate. I remember we used student ID, gender, male, female, and whether they liked cool drink, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Fanta, or ginger beer. Let's go through this. A data point is a single instance in the data set. An attribute is a single portion, property of a data set. Each table, a column in the table has an attribute, a label, and label identifiers. All right, so I'm going to stop there because I think I gave you enough tips for the test. I hope you like it.